I'm Rich Pauptit from Flash Reproductions in Toronto, Canada. We are a 40-year-old offset printer, offset and screen printer, and now digital printer. I had been resisting for years, just because I wasn't happy with the quality that I was seeing off digital machines. I also had issues with the level of craft that we could bring to digital printing. I didn't want to be in a position where we just put a machine in and we were, no better than whoever else had that same machine. So because of that, we just stayed out of it. We got to a point where our clients were kind of begging us to put in digital because they wanted digital printing through our filter. They trusted us with their work, and due to quantities and turnarounds and pricing, they had to. Some projects just are digitally printed projects. That's where they belong. So we did a lot of research. Spent a good year or so. Flew all over the continent, looking at every press that that you could think of. I actually saw this press first, and my ignorance had me expecting that, like, okay, that's good. Let me see the other ones and see what they can do, not realizing that things like envelopes, things like the long sheet size, and things like running pretty much any sheet in the shop that I wasn't going to find elsewhere. So we've had this machine for a year. We stopped seeing technicians in here, I don't know, 9 months ago at running the machine, and he takes a lot of pride in what he does, and there's so many controls, he can bring so much to the job, so he makes sure he's happy with everything that comes off the machine, and luckily the techs, every time they do some kind of a routine maintenance, they train them how to do it, and it just works. Model that works really well for us. We're really happy with it. We're a shop that does a lot of variety. We print on lots of synthetics, polycarbonates, polystyrenes, whatever, chrome stocks, and we haven't found, actually we did find one thing that this press wouldn't print, but it was an experimental stock that one of our suppliers gave us to see if we could run, and we can't really run it on anything. So so I wouldn't blame the machine, but really everything else that we are able to run offset, we're able to run on this machine. So we're not buying digital stocks. I don't have a pile of Husky offset, and then I order a smaller box of Husky digital, because we don't have to do that. We use what we've got. Other presses would run all the sheets that this press could run, which they can't, because I know we went all over the place with our box of substrates, and the same boxes, and the best we could get from anyone was running 30%. Until we demoed on this machine, and it was everything. We can run, if it's a little business card, we run a little 4x6 sheet, and because that's what I found on my floor, run it through, not paying a click for running it through. I'm paying for however much toner hit that sheet. The clients overwhelmingly are really happy with, to quote them, it just doesn't look like digital. Kind of do short-run versions of everything else we do in this shop on this press, and we've used it a lot for a proofing press for our offset as well, just to kind of run one-offs of larger run books. It's just a lot easier for we can put it on the actual stock that we're going to run it on, and we can make it look very close to what we run offset. So it's been great for that, just to kind of as an added service, or to up our customer service for the offset. This is something that we run for our local transit commission. It's a backlit sign on styrene, and again, we do a lot of these on the offset side for larger quantities, but this was a very small quantity, a very short run and a quick turnaround. So we ran it. We wanted as much opacity as we could get for this project. They were sensitive about the blacks, so we ran it, flipped the file, and then ran it reverse image, back to back, dot on dot, and that's another thing that, you know, just the registration on this machine to be able to do that, something that is, you know, quite a feat to get dot on dot on our offset presses, even to dream of it on a digital press. Also on a synthetic as well. We do run paper, but yeah, this is just a waterproof synthetic. But I mean, you can see, and you probably can't see, but I can see, and it matters to me. Just the resolution is great. It's, you know, with the high DPI, it works. Like it's a great image, and it's something I'm proud to ship, and that was really important to me. I wasn't interested in apologizing for anything that comes out of this shop. You know, short run, small posters for some of our hotel clients. So we, you know, again, it's more about image quality than anything with this, and this is just part of a larger campaign with multiple other pieces on our offset equipment, but it's about being able to handle everything for them, that gives them the confidence to have us distribute everything for them worldwide and just manage everything in-house. So there's a lot to be said for that. So, great on uncoated, which is something that's not that easy to do. We have some also uncoated longer pieces that, you know, again, there's no other press that can even do these. This is the only reason this is in our shop on any level. Actually, I would argue the only reason the project even exists is because we're capable of running something this long at the small quantities they want. Realistically, you know, they wouldn't design it this way if it had to, because of the short runs. I mean, if I gave them an offset price for this, the job not only doesn't get done here, it just doesn't get done. So this is one of the pieces that works really well for our shop. We do a lot of coffee table books, a lot of art gallery books, mostly again on our offset presses, but sometimes limited edition books make more sense at a very small run. This book was run in its entirety on the MGI. It's obviously the case binding was done outside, and the foil stamping was done off that press. But yeah, I mean, the format of the book demands that it runs on a press that has that kind of unconventional sheet size. We've done all of the different forms here on this uncoated paper. Looks great. And then the fold-outs of the various prints from very famous Canadian artist. It's something that our client was then able to sell for thousands of dollars. I mean, it's a wonderful book. It's very limited edition. All of the text pages look very good and very crisp. They sit up quite nicely. They're not, the text isn't glossing. All of these prints were printed on a separate glossy stock to create some contrast, and they were then tipped on into the book. So it's a gorgeous book, and it's a beautiful showpiece. But it's just amazing and shows the kind of quality that we can get off this press. It's one of the things that we're really proud of, being able to run. And again, same sort of thing. Without this piece of equipment, this job just doesn't even exist. Because if you can't print with this kind of color reproduction and in these kind of formats, even just this page width and length, these need to be sewn in. They can't be single pages. They need to be long 4-pagers. So yeah, it's just a wonderful large format book that that reproduces beautifully. And we've done it in other applications as well. This is a little more sensitive piece, so I won't show you the guts of it, but similar application for some of our clients.